Hello, awesome Hazers. Well, this is a bit of a different video. This is a bit of a different voice. Yes, I just wanted to come and say a warm hello to you. I'm Riah. I'm an autumn hazer and the owner of this channel, the Autumn Haze channel. Thank you so much to those of you that have been joining me on this journey in the last few weeks. Yes, I just wanted to say thank you. I wanted you to know that it's been taking me a while to do this video because I didn't really want to put my face out there, and this was the solution. This is just a mouth only thing. Let me know if this is something you would like me to continue as well. But I kind of like my auto video voice, the lady who does that voice. She's amazing, isn't she? Yeah, anyway, I can't speak like that. This is how I speak. My name is Riah. I'm based in London. I'm an autumn hazer. I'm in my early 50s. I'm going through this journey of redefining and redesigning my life after having had an epiphany about the way I was living without much intentionality. And I'm at the beginning of that journey. I'm finding it really, really challenging, but I'm also finding it really, really rewarding. And I'm looking forward to that day when, or that time when, I will feel released from the life that I've had. I've already kind of had a fantastic start to this. For about a year or two, I sort of started the idea of becoming something like a digital nomad started to form in my head. I like the idea of freedom, location independence, freedom from having to be here, there, everywhere. In my day job as a coach and a consultant, I was very in the corporate, professional way of life, which I enjoyed. I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't enjoy it. But there comes a time in life when the importance of things, start to change. What's important, what's not. And I felt like the digital nomad life was going to give me more time to focus on the things that were becoming more important to me. But leaving your security, leaving the thing that pays your rent is not an easy job, and we'll be talking more about that in the videos that I'll be posting later on. But yeah, the idea was forming in my head, but as I was researching it, I couldn't see any representation, as in people in their 50s, one or two, but not many, doing the digital nomad thing, people in their 60s doing the nomad digital thing. But being super impressed by seeing an 82-year-old woman who was traveling the world, around the world herself. And so it wasn't that people weren't doing it, there just wasn't enough evidence of it online for me to feel secure about leaving or attempting to leave the life that I enjoyed, but I didn't want any more of it. I actually have come to the place in life where I do want to slow down and smell the roses. I do just, before my winter years set in. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I see life in seasons. And that's why this season in my 50s, I'm calling it my autumn season. When that happens for people is different. For some people, that happens in their early 40s, late 40s, early 50s. For some people in their 70s, some people are just young at heart until that time. It doesn't really matter. It's when you feel you're in the season of wanting to be more intentional about the things that you love and enjoy. Because there'll come a time when we're, for lack of better words, too old to really pursue those dreams the way we can while we're still able like this. We'll still be able till we're no longer. It's just that it's different. I feel like the way I used to travel in my 30s and my 20s and my 40s is very different to how I travel now. For example, at the end of last year, I took a 2-month holiday to South Korea, and I call it a holiday because it wasn't a working holiday. It wasn't me going for work. I actually took a break. My mental health needed it. I worked like crazy the years before. It was before that there was the global crisis, and before that I was trying to establish myself, and there was a lot going on. And I came to a point where I was like, you know what, I want to go to my favorite place, which was always South Korea. I'd always been there. I would manage to steal a tour or two in and around side of work that I was there for, but I always felt like I wanted to see and do more. So I took 2 months out and I planned it, and I had to plan it. I wouldn't normally have planned something like this when I was younger. I would have just been go and see, be informed. But I planned it. I had to, because I'm now an older traveler. I have an arthritic knee, or a knee with arthritis. I have, and I have to take things into consideration. And I did, and it was wonderful. It was the best trip I have ever taken, solo as well. I've never really been afraid of traveling solo because I've had to because of work, but there's always been someone from work that I know, or this. I just didn't do that this time. It was just me by myself, and it was so freeing. Autumn hazes. The time to think, to really think, to stop and think about my life in beautiful locations, seeing beautiful islands and beaches and nature, but also being in the midst of a group of people so very different from me, yet feeling so very warm and loved and just welcomed, was just so wonderful. And I thought to myself, when and where in the world could I have taken this much time? And it took me that much time to really get into the feel of the place. It took me 2 months. I could have done 3. Did I want to live in South Korea? At least at this point in my life, I don't think so. There are many other places I want to go. I'm in love with Asia at the moment. So I want to do things like South Korea, Japan, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Macau, all of those places. And South Asia, I know a little bit more. Nepal, I'd like to return there and just spend some time there. I'm from Africa, so I feel like Africa is somewhere I'd like to return to, but once I've done all these other places, there's just too many places, right? But what if I couldn't travel as well? What about that? What about the kind of life I'm living day to day in London? I'm self-employed, so I do work from home. I travel only to do guest speaking or to do, events. As I said, I'm a coach and a consultant, so I do career development events and things like that. Or at least I used to until this year. I'm kind of still doing bits of my old job, but I've consciously, after that trip in the autumn, I am consciously trying to move in a new direction. And I think I mentioned it in this recent video. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it, where I was talking about, financial fragility and everything. It's a very scary thing. You hold on to that. And of course you should. You should not just abandon yourself to financial recklessness. You need to live. And especially when you're a solo ager. I'm a solo ager, right? That financial fear is heightened, because there just isn't anybody to share not only the actual financial burden with, but actually the discussion that you might have with a partner, or the sharing of that mental and emotional burden is also all on you. And so, no, I'm not recommending that people do that. And actually, as I was researching for the video, I found out that a lot of us are actually in debt. We're going to have that conversation, Autumn Hazers. We're going to have that conversation because I want Autumn Haze to be a free space for you to come to and not feel judged, and to get help if that a lot of us are in debt. Because for a long time we've been living with that financial fragility and basically living hand to mouth, and we're afraid to say that because we're supposed to be successful. We're supposed to be uber cool 50s and 40-year-olds and 60-year-olds, and we're supposed to be uber cool, and we're the Peter Pans of our generation. Quite frankly, I love being uber cool and super chic, but I'm no different to people who had children or are having grandchildren, etc. And that I want a slower pace of life too. I want to be able to indulge in my hobbies and activities and make things for my grandnephew, for people that in my life that I love. I want that too. Yes, I want to travel and do uber cool things. I bet you people who are also grandparents want to do that too. So when people are like, oh, it's giving. What are you doing? It's giving grandmother. Well, yeah, because It's not the title that makes me want to do that. It's the stage of life I've come to. I've reached an understanding because I've lived life up and thank God and God, for every blessing of every day that I'm on this earth. But I've lived long enough that I have begun to understand what matters in life and what doesn't. I don't know why that's supposed to qualify me as cool or not cool or grandmother or not grandmother. It's giving unique. It's giving me. It's giving more authentic me, and and I know a lot of people in the corporate world are like, oh yeah, she's in her grandmother era. Happily so, if that's what it is. Give me the title if you must. It doesn't really belong to me because I don't have grandchildren, but you know the energy isn't isn't an energy that comes because of your title. It comes because it's a natural place, a stage in life where we revisit our old interests and activities, or we want to discover things that we haven't had time to discover yet because we understand winter is coming. We don't go out a lot in the winter. Hey, don't let winter stop you. Winter's a fun season too. But I'm just saying, in the autumn is when we should be in the now, in the present. We should be enjoying the rich golden tapestries of what is around us, the wonderful hues of the colors of autumn. Isn't autumn beautiful? I just thought about it. I was born in the autumn, and it's one of my favorite seasons. And I never really thought about it. Now I'm in my autumn season of life. I think to myself, this is amazing. And I want to just get the juice out of every moment I'm allowed and blessed to live on this earth in this season. But I know there are challenges. And I know, one of the things I talked about in that video again about financial fragility and us faking normal was, putting into place this year the plans I had to replace the income that comes with the day job. And autumn hazes, it's scary. It's only been a couple of weeks. I don't know what I was expecting, but I certainly expected to be, making something. At this point, I'm still investing in some of these methods, and that's crazy to me because it's like I don't have enough money to invest. I'm trying to conserve, but any business you do, you have to invest in it, and you have to believe in it, and you have to have support because that's what I was struggling to get. I have a very supportive family. I have a very loving family who get that I'm a solo ager, and they try to care for me in a way that makes me not feel like I'm missing out on anything, and I love them for that. But they couldn't get it. Why would you want to do what we're forced to do because we have children and grandchildren? We want to spend time with our grandchildren, so we're forced to have to seek an alternative. We would love to be in the corporate world, they will say. We'd love to be free to get on a plane and do what they want, what I want, they say. And fair enough, I don't necessarily think I love or want their lives, although sometimes I think, oh, that's so wonderful. There are just things that happen when you have children and grandchildren that I don't know that I will experience. But I don't envy what I don't envy because I just think this is the path in life God has always planned for me to travel, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to regret any moment of it. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that, if you're like me and you're an autumn hazer who is contemplating living a more intentional, mindful life, doing what you like, what you love, or living what you don't necessarily have to hop on a plane. I know the videos and other channels talk about it as if solo travel and travel is the only way to have this, to experience this stage in life. It's about getting off the hamster wheel, but getting off in a safe way. That means that you can breathe in the morning. You can take your time about getting up. You can still work as hard as you need to on the internet, but not have to deal with office politics. If that's you, maybe you thrive on office politics. I don't know. Me personally, I actually work more hours than I did when I did a 9 to 5 job. I've been doing that consistently for a decade or more, and I've loved it. And I think I mentioned in another video that I did 2 decades where I was working in horrible, horrible, toxic environments and working less hours. I wouldn't change this for the world. But there's a lot of planning that comes with it, and the financial element is something that you can't walk away from. considering. So, it's not you don't have to do it as I did as well, where you make a conscious decision 1st of January 2025, I'm going to do this. That's what I plan to do, because I'm the kind of person that has to have a date in order to start something, because otherwise it'll get just pushed, and before I know it, I'm in my winter season and nothing's done. But even more than the money, the debt, can I really do this? Can I live life the way I want? I don't have a home that belongs to me. How can I buy my own home? How can I have financial security in my retirement age? How can I, lessen the risks and the fears that I have about it? These are real things that we want to discuss and we want to talk about here on Autumn Haze. Or maybe we can do it this way. Let me know. Do you prefer this kind of video or the automated video? Let me know. I used to do these face videos, but I'm not an online person, I'm an offline person. But I'm loving this just sharing my mouth thing, so let me know. You know, the thing I wanted to share, and I'm taking my time about saying it because it means a lot. Maybe you're like me and you do have support, you have a very supportive and loving family. But we're living very different lives in that they have families, partners, and things like that. And, you might say to me, go out and get a partner. If it were that easy, if you're doing everything with intentionality, you're not going to just go and do things for the sake of doing them. You want things to happen organically and in the best way possible. And I don't rule that out. But for right now, I'm a solar ager. And there are circumstances that my family will never really get. They will never really understand, because they think it's a choice I'm making to live this way. They just don't get it, and I'm okay with that. But there are people who get it. That's you, Autumn Hazers. That's you. You get it because you're going through it, maybe. And I want us to come to this channel as a place of support. Support is the thing you need the most in going through your autumn season, and the right support. I made the mistake of just going with people who were friends, like saying, oh, well, we're going through the same thing, so let's you're in your 40s and 50s and I'm in my 40s and 50s and you're going through, and not taking into consideration whether or not they were going to be there for me the way I was being there for them, because I believe in support. And I was there for them, and then when it came to me needing a little bit of support, it just wasn't reciprocated. And I think you have to be careful about how you get support, who you get support with. This is a general platform for support, so you're never going to get from this channel, that deep someone to listen to over a cup of coffee, although you can grab a cup of coffee and we can chat live, we can chat I can chat to you through these videos, but it's never going to be that deep. So I want to encourage you to go out there and really look for people who align with you, that are going through the season with you, and you'll be amazed at how that support motivates you, empowers you, strengthens you to do what it is you thought you couldn't do. Before the support, you thought, this is too heavy to carry, I can't carry, I need someone else to help me. But actually, you don't need someone else. You need someone else's support of you, someone else's belief in your ability to do it. That's all you need. You don't need someone to think they're helping you by questioning you in a way that's saying, fail, fail, you will fail, 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 you will fail. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you to see that, oh, this might not be possible. You can still say things like that. You can be honest with your advice. I'm a bit worried for you, but I'm a bit worried for you because I'm looking at this through my lens. But what I know about you, from what I know about you, I know that you have the thought in the mind to let go of this if it doesn't work for you. Until then, you have my support in every way, and I'll be there for you whether it works or not. If it works, I'll celebrate with you. If it doesn't work, I'll be there for you, and we'll keep trying. We'll try something else. Do you know what that does? Be that person and receive that from someone too. And that's all I wanted to come on here and say today, because it's been on my mind a lot as I've done research for the videos that I'm sharing with you on this channel, that it sounds like I'm saying do this because it's amazing, but it's not as simple. You can't say everything you want to say in those kind of scripted videos, because you don't want it to be too long. It's already too long a video, and this one's, I mean, stop soon. But yeah, and let me know. So let me know. Let's have this conversation in the comment section below. My dear Autumn Hazers, thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. Subscribe if you're watching this for the first time. Let me know which of the styles of videos you like. Literally, I can do both. I didn't think I could come to the screen like this, but I think it works. What do you think? Does it bother you that you don't see my eyes? I don't know. Let me know. Yeah, and sometimes I will just still do the automated videos. I really like her voice. Doesn't she sound amazing? Let me know what you've been thinking about the channel so far, especially if you've been on this journey with me from the beginning. It's traveled through different identities, but this is it. Autumn Haze is it. And yeah, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you don't miss up when I upload a video. Until next time, I don't want this to be too long. Until next time, bye, Autumn Hazes.